rolling, baby girl, we're golden. They're about to see us shine, 'cause we're golden.
Hi, so ladies and gentlemen, we're can I have your attention, please? So we're here again, working on the purple drift car. We are shaving the bay because we want to do like a clean swap, wire chuck. My friend, not me, my friend, undid the like stock brackets. I have some here. I have one of them. This one was here, and it was for the diesel filter. Now we are going to respray the whole bay except for this part. I'm still deciding on maybe doing an ABS delete. I'm not sure. We are also going to do a budget lock kit. E36 control arms with the lollipops and those lock adapters, I think they're called. I'm going to take you into the interior right now. This has sport seats and also a black headliner.
Black A!
Black A. It's well, it's Daytona Violett. Oh yeah, give it. So, the only thing wrong with the body of the car is we have a bit of rust on this door, like paint chippings. You can see here. Wait, let me focus. Yep. Rust over here. What the f are you doing? Alright, so then we have some rust over here and a hole on the and a hole on the bottom of the car. Think you can, yeah, give it. Yeah, so here we have a massive rot hole because we're rotten on the inside. Okay, so I haven't shown you the OEM parts that we pulled off a few videos ago. This is well, the hood, the headlights and stuff, and the bumper. We're going to try and keep as much of the original stuff as possible.
Rusted.
And the mirrors are the only thing that are not original on the car. Those are fake M3 mirrors. The thing is that it is kind of weird because, well, the car was a first owner and it was from an old lady. It's kind of weird that she put like M3 mirrors on the car. We have a lot of work on the bay, like sanding and stuff. Let me show you. So there's a little hole here. I knew when I bought the car that it had a rust hole here, and a bit of like rust over here, but I like cleaned it, but I sanded it off. There's a bit of rust here, but we're going to try and like undo all this seam sealing and like redo it. And we're going to repaint the engine bay in like Daytona Violett. Alright, so I'm doing the fuel pump, since this was a diesel and we're swapping it to a gas. Since we're swapping it to a gasoline engine, we have to put a fuel pump in it. And I don't know what a diesel comes with standard, but I can see that it comes with like something. So I'm going to unbolt this and like check what's in there. My friend is shaving the bay, so I'm going to put some clips in right now. So we're still waiting on the motor, but we already have a lot of parts. We're going to do a M3 radiator. This one. This is a M3 radiator. Fun fact, 325 TD and TDSs have factory M3 parts. What I mean by that is the transmission is a M3. It's the same transmission from a 2.8. And the radiator is a M3 radiator. So this comes with a separate coolant reservoir, but we're going to relocate all of that. And my friend is going to make a aluminum reservoir, which is smaller, and we can place it here, right here. So the car is going to be street legal, and for like the Belgium regulations, can you take the reservoir there? So for Belgium regulations, it has to have this for like the washer fluid. We're going to relocate that, and I'm still deciding, maybe put it underneath the dash or put it in a trunk, because we want to keep the engine bay as clean as possible. And again, this is all on like a super low budget. We're going to like spray the car here. We're going to make a like custom paint booth over here, and we're going to paint the doors, the fender of the car here, in our custom paint booth. So I'm going to show this in a separate video when it is done, because well, it's not right here. But we're going to make like a little paint booth with like ventilation and stuff, like semi-professional, with like a real paint gun, so that like it comes out decent. It doesn't have to be nice, but it has to come out decent. And the engine bay as well. There is going to be some dust in the paint, but yeah, again, this is budget, so yeah. Alright, so we're going to check out the hole. This hole is probably caused by a leaking like brake line, because if you look here, if you look there, you can see like a brake line, and I'm going to like show it to you right now. We're going to jack up the car. We're going to jack up the car and check why the hole like was created. So as you can see, the hole is right there, and it's probably caused by like the brake line. So we're going to have to redo that whole part, and like redo a bit of like, and re-undercoat this side and probably the other side too. My friend is going to check, because he's like the fabricator, and I'm like the wannabe mechanic. He's going to draw and check how we're going to like fix that hole. I'm going to show you the fuel pump right now. You saw me unbolt the thing here. The Gasoline E36s have these two plugs, and that plug in there. One is for, I think, the to check what your fuel level is at. The other plug is to put voltage to this pump, which I'm going to show you right now. I took it out before. And this is pretty much the same as the Gasoline E36s. It looks a bit different. We're going to drain the tank and put a fuel, like a gasoline filter on it, and like a proper Walbro fuel pump, since we're going to run a pretty decent amount of boost on the car. So I'm going to put this back in its hole where it belongs. That's stuff for later. He just drew out the lines for the hole that we're going to cut. He's going to weld a new plate in there. He's going to tack weld it to the bottom, and like slowly make it to look like factory. So that's what he's doing right now, and I'm just being a dumbass and filming. He looks like he's a fabricator, but he's actually not. So my friend just cut out this hole where the rust spot was. There is a bit of rust still here that I'm going to try and clean. so it doesn't like start rot again, like in like 2 years that it starts like to rust again. I don't want that. Then I checked on the back side, and it was where the brake line was, which we took kind of off, and we cleaned this backside. And the only thing rusty here is this spot weld over here, and if you follow that line, it comes out to here. So maybe we drill that out and re-weld it or something, I don't know. We're going to like think about it. That's about it for today. We're going to clean the rest of the stuff, like a bit of rust spots here and there, and we'll see you next week.